What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be showcasing a really good spot to farm vampire paintings in Western Skyrim chapter. They still retain a very high value as they do have a very low drop rate, but I found a really good farm, a treasure chest farm. It's the best spot in the game to farm these. Like I said, they're going upwards of around 500,000 plus on console, so probably 1 million plus on PC. Like I said, they're just very lucrative and hard to find. So I'm going to show you a good spot. As you can see, the treasure chest add-on I have here, and it shows you all the treasure chests in the Greymore Caverns. We're not going to be farming this spot, but this spot in particular is where we're going to be farming, as you can see. So from here, the entrance is about here. I'll show you where the entrance to get into this section is. And there's a nice little number of treasure chests, and you literally get about 1 treasure chest spawn per minute. So it's a very fast, easy loop, nice and beginner friendly, no trouble at all. But obviously you do have to own the Western Skyrim chapter to get access to this. But this spot in particular is very good, and there's also no mobs to bother you as well. So I'll show you where it is. It's the Dusktown Mine, and it will give you access to this section here. Only through that section can you actually get into here. You have to trespass as well, so I'll show you a few little pointers, but this is just a loop basically. It looks bigger than what it is. It's actually quite a very small zone, and you can see all the treasure chests are marked with the yellow add-on. And even if you don't have the add-ons, don't worry, you'll get used to the positioning of the chests really quickly, as there's only about 8 or 9 chests here. So like I said, typically 1 will spawn per run, so you're usually picking up a treasure chest 1 per minute, which is not too bad. And like I said, the vampire paintings, they do have a very low drop rate, so make sure you are here for the long haul basically. You might get lucky, maybe I just got bad RNG. I didn't actually obtain one. I have obtained them here before, but not in these clips here. I'm just showing you the spots and the rotation. You just run around, and I'll also give you some tips as well, guys, just to make it a little bit easier. Also as well, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps me out. And any comments, drop in the comment section below. But yeah, I'll give you some tips as well. So with this, it is trespassing. So you will occasionally be tagged by the NPCs here as you are trespassing. So there's miners and stuff and a few guards, but not actual proper guards. So you won't get caught or anything like that. So you will get a little bit of a bounty, but nothing too serious. What I do is I just completely ignore the NPCs, as they don't really cause much of an issue. But what I do is I have some pets equipped. So if one does aggro onto you, an NPC, the pets will just dispose of the NPC and you can continue looting. If you don't have pets equipped, then obviously they will sometimes tag you and sort of hinder you. So it's best to have some pets equipped, I find is best. So I've got like 3 pets on here, just to stop them from tagging you. You also get the hidden treasure bags. So again, another little tip, you can use the companion Miri. She will give you treasure bags. Additionally, every time you loot a treasure chest, you've got a chance to get a treasure bag, which can just give you additional loot, which is usually furnishing plans. So essentially, this is a little furnishing plan farm, but we are specifically here for the vampire paintings, as they're some of the probably the most expensive paintings in the game, barring the Velothi ones in Vardenfell. But from actual treasure chests, they probably are top in #1 for the most expensive. And so they're very low drop rate, unfortunately. But like I say, if you do get one, they're going to be worth quite a lot of gold. And they're vampires, so everyone likes them. They're very popular. A couple of them are a bit awkward to get to, as you can see here. This one's a little bit tricky. You can jump down from the platform above or just use these barrels here. Also equip streak as well, as there is another one that's a little bit awkward to get to. But like I said, generally they're okay, and you just run around in a loop and you're completely uninterrupted. There's, like I said, there's no guards or anything to worry about. You will get a minimal bounty, but like I said, it will just drop off. So that's the awkward one there. You can jump up on the barrel, but it is a little bit tricky. It's definitely doable. Or you can streak as well, which I did find a little bit easier, which I ended up doing mostly. But yeah, it's a really little great farm, guys. Probably the best spot to farm these. Like I said, there's nothing to stop you farming them in the rest of the Greymore caverns. I just find them a little bit annoying as there's a lot of mobs. It's very dark and you get aggroed quite often, and they're very up and down and they're hard to sort of get to. Some are very awkward, whereas these ones, they're very straightforward and you just pick up the route super, super easy, guys. And on top of it, you do get some gear. I think it's Eternal Vigor and some venomous stuff, which doesn't sell for too bad. It's still sort of reasonable gear. You can probably sell on the guild traders here and there. I've sold a bit of Eternal Vigor. It's not obviously best in slot, but it still sells here and there. But yeah, just run around. Hopefully you get lucky. But like I said, just bear in mind it is a quite difficult. The paintings are very difficult to get hold of now. I don't know if they've changed the drop rate. They just seem to be very, very nasty to get hold of. But they do drop in these treasure chests, guys. So it's a really great farm. So I'll just show you the loop a couple of times. Like I said, it's not a particularly big loop. And I said, even if you don't have the add-on, don't worry, you'll memorize the spots very, very quickly and very, very easily. I said, you'll be making gold anyway with all the stuff you pick up. You'll probably make about 40 or 50k gold an hour just farming the chest through loot and actual gold obtained. Also, make sure you have the CPs, the treasure chest hunter, just to improve the chance of the items inside. Like I said, if you've got the companion, it's always handy. And another thing additionally I forgot to mention as well, guys, yeah, I've got the Ring of the Wild hunt on and the streak just to make yourself as agile as quick, just to get around as quickly as possible. But having said that, you don't need to be super quick to get to these chests. Like I said, I think they're on a bit of a 1 minute cooldown timer. So generally, every loop you do, you'll find one treasure chest. Sometimes you'll find two. I said it doesn't seem to matter if they're simple, master, intermediate. I think you've just got an equal chance of getting a painting. But they definitely drop from here, guys, in the Greymore Caverns. Like I said, the vampire paintings are highly sought after. There's another one I've got here. See, some are just a little bit awkward. I think probably take the best route there. And obviously, if you've got the ledger domain maxed, you can just force the lock and just open them up a lot quicker. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. It's just me mostly running around, just showing you all the spots of the treasure chest. Like I said, the actual spot itself, the yellow icon, is just a potential spot of where the treasure chest can spawn. So you're not always going to get one there. It's just where it might potentially spawn. And then once you've opened it, it's going to spawn somewhere else. And occasionally, like I said, you might get two, but generally it's just one every minute. That's a nice little spot. But yeah, that's it really, guys. So that's the end of the video. I'll stop rambling. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. And let me know in the comments if you have got one here and you've been, tried the loop, how you got on here. But like I said, I will be doing this on live streams as well, trying to get some actual more vampire paintings. So like I said, I've had them before. I've had about 2 or 3 before, but they are very, very tricky to obtain. That hence is why they've got such a high value for paintings, because generally DLC paintings, they do sort of drop off eventually. They sort of level out around the 100, 200k mark, but they seem to be higher than the Westworld ones. They seem to be higher than even the Solstice ones. I think their tapestries are Solstice, but these ones do retain their value very well. Not as much as the Velothi, but they still got a high value. This is the section I was going to show you to streak to get to this one. So equipping streak is quite nice. You want to get to that one nice and easy. But yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.